Hello, hello, welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat, and that screen is tilted weird. There we go. That's better. And all my lights are off. Except for this one. That's blinding everybody and making it to where it's hard to see my face. For those who missed it the other day, I was I'm Gomez Adams for Halloween. I'll do it again. I think we'll do it again on Halloween. We'll actually come out. I'll do the actual deal, but I'm not feeling 100% today, so I decided to skip the doing my hair up. Anywho, I hope you guys are having a great day. It's going on right here. Let's get these lights on. I have this cool thing I can turn all my lights on, like, well, except for that top light. Oh, Kristen doesn't like this because she doesn't have the app, I guess. There we go. That's better. Oh yeah, now you can see me just fine. So anyway, we are working on Dwarves still. We're almost done. I think. Well, I mean, I'm very much ready to be done with Dwarves. I love Dwarves, but it's a lot. It's a lot of Dwarves. But we're almost there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna paint some more Dwarves. We got to get ready for. We got a show. Or an expo coming up on Saturday, which is crazy. So we've got that coming up. If you're in El Reno, Oklahoma, come check us out. We'll be there doing, slinging miniatures. Probably not this one we're working on currently. I'm going to show you what happened to it. So something fell. Well, I know what fell. But my I'm not sure exactly why it all was like that. I have theories, but you don't want to just go blaming the poor animals that can't tell you whether they did it or not. So even though it definitely feels like there was a cat involved. But I can't find. No, let's just look at it. Let's just look at it. Instead of talking about it, Pat, just show it. Show them the stuff. Show them the stuff. Still kind of trying to figure out how I want to set. Do that. I want to set this mic and stuff. I don't know. I really need to work on this when I'm not on the air. But I always forget to do it, and then we get to this situation we're at right now, and I don't know. I don't know what is going on. This all seems like it's everything seems weird. It all seems wrong, everybody. I want to go. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh, hey, there we go. Now I can just swing that back and forth. I mean, that is kind of really obtrusive. Kind of scary. Kind of scary all the way up there. And we can move that back. Hey, I kind of like that way up out of there too. It can stay up there. It doesn't ever have to move. Hopefully it sounds good. Maybe I'll have to play it back and check it just to make sure it sounds all right. It seems weird to me, but it actually looks okay on the screen because I can see it. Anyway, enough of me japping and running my mouth. We're here to paint miniatures. Not watch me fiddle fat with stuff. Ooh. Yeah, I spend 5 minutes running my mouth and messing with things. I do really like this magnifying glass, though. I will say that. Anywho, so we were talking about there was some damage done. we are missing a tip to this wing now. I'm going to continue to look for it. It was actually broken here too, but I put that back together. But we are missing this tip to this wing. I'm not exactly sure where it went. I'm like 110% sure there was a cat involved here, but I can't guarantee it. Golly. But anyway, by the time I came in here, there were pieces in a lot of places, and then I actually dropped the wing as I was trying to fix it, so it might have been me that broke the tip of it off. So I'll definitely say that there were a lot of things that went poorly here. But it's all, that's okay. That's okay, right? That's just kind of how life goes. So, all right. We're gonna go ahead and paint it anyway. I might leave this alone for a little while, just until I can. We could always sculpt another tip here to fix this if we can't find it, or we can always bust this at this joint here and print another one of these wings, because it actually comes apart here at this joint. And we could just print another one of these wings and reset it. It's possible it's laying around here somewhere, and I've yet to find it. So I'm gonna give it another little quick look and see if I can't figure it out before I give it all up. But for now, we'll get this painted up to here. We'll get that part painted, because that part stays anyway, and we'll be off to the races, right? And it's just the unfortunate, that's just part of this game. When you do miniatures, you wanna do these sort of things, especially these resin prints, because they're a little fragile. And you want to own pets, you just kind of have to accept some consequences. There are some things that are just gonna happen, and you gotta be okay with that. And that's good. That's alright. Right? For the sake of cats, because cats are cool. I mean, for those of you who like cats. I guess if you don't like cats, then maybe you've already made your choice, right? No problems, no sweat off your back. But I love my cats. They're pretty fun. Like I said, I could just, in the end, I can just reprint another one. It might be fun to sculpt it just to show you guys how to do that. But that's all, man, God, that's a lot of work. I want to take a look at some more axe beak pictures and figure out how we want to do the beak. I think we'll probably do it the same way we've done these talents. And see here, we've got that where we just put that hole, we fill that hole in with the sprue goo, and now we're going to just paint right over top of it. And we're good to go. Same thing back here. Our hole is going to look just fine. We can just paint it to look like everything else, and it's going to be just fine. It's down at the bottom. It's a little sliver place. Anybody who does 3D modeling is going to know what they're looking at. So, and it's because I printed it. I printed it hollow. The reason I did that is because it's already kind of tall and bulky. I didn't want it to. I want to risk of it being too heavy and putting too much tension on this joint, because it's already weak. Ooh. So weak that's scary. But yeah, that's part of the part of the gig. Is you kind of have to know what you're doing a little bit. Think about things just a bit. Plan things out. Be able to accept some things are just going to go. They're going to go poorly, or that you're going to have things that are imperfect. and that's okay. There's a concept of the idea of beauty in the imperfection of things. And I love that idea. That sometimes things that are imperfect are the most beautiful. And if you think about the way humans really like things, we like things that have this small difference. Not necessarily a flaw, but just a difference. It's when I was a younger man, Cindy Crawford was like the big hot thing, right? The hot girl, the quintessential beauty of the day, so on and so forth. And she had a distinctive birthmark, or mole. I can't remember exactly what it was. On her lip, and kind of like the upper lip area, and like it was distinctive. And normally, most people would have dismissed it as being not attractive or whatever. But the rest of this woman is absolutely perfect, except for this one little tiny thing. And it actually became like the trademark of what made her beautiful. And because what really made her stand out in the crowd is this little birthmark. And that kind of imperfection is it is a way we determine some beauty. The Japanese, for instance, they'll keep cups and things like that and fill in the cracks with gold or precious metals. And one as a way of to continue the preservation of the teal, but also because of the beauty of the randomness of the crack. And it's the same with say bonsai. Bonsai have this beauty because they grow. Yes, you can train them in a way, but you also have to be okay with this dog is going to want to go out right now. No, I think she went to go lay down in one of the kids' beds. There is a truck going on out there, some sort of truck. Anyway, so there's me rambling on about the beauty of imperfection for however many minutes, 10 minutes or so. Now you could do these first steps with an airbrush. It probably would be a whole lot faster. But here on the channel in particular, we don't use the airbrush because a lot of people don't have them, so they're loud. And I'm already kind of quiet and talking down, so I don't even know if people can hear me as it is. I don't need to compete necessarily with an airbrush going the whole time. Plus, like I said, it's nice. It's nice to be able to see how to do this with a brush, I think. Because a lot of people, they just simply don't have access to an airbrush. Be it that they don't have the room to have one, because they do take up a certain amount of space. So if you're living in an apartment and you only have a certain amount of room, because you have to have ventilation, and if you don't have like a direct way to ventilate a room or an area, then you need to provide a way to do that, which that's another piece of equipment. You just, in an apartment, it can really get out of hand really fast. Especially if you're living with other people and blah, 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 blah. So I feel like sometimes it is nice to see that things can be achieved without all that super professional equipment. I wouldn't even necessarily say professional. Probably more like industrial. Industrial is probably the better word, right? Yeah, I'm probably here just screaming to the void anyway. That's okay. That's okay. We are up to 442 subscribers as of this morning. I had to check that to verify, but pretty sure I'm on the money. So that's really cool. You already feel so, it feels so delicate when you're painting the tail. I always feel like I'm gonna snap it, even though it's probably just me shaking that makes it look like it's having some issue. It always makes me feel like I would break the dang things. Every time. I don't know if that's a normal feeling that everybody else feels as well, but man, for me it's like, oh my god. You can see the difference between something like milliput and that other one. It's completely gone. That little hole is so much easier to fill that by the time it's all painted in, you definitely you'd be hard pressed to find it sometimes. Like, oh, there it is right there. And you're like, oh yeah. Pretty simple, easy stuff. Just make sure you're getting around and behind things and work in stages. So we're going to work our way up. Do all these parts and then we'll do the saddle later. Don't forget to stretch out a little bit. Oh, I need to grab this side over there. No, I put it back. I put it back like a good boy. Look at me. Yay. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm feeling a little bit wild, a little bit crazy because whatever it is that's wrong with me, we still don't know. I don't know. I have this heart monitor on right now. We're gonna figure it out. So, you know, but it's still kind of crazy. Ooh, that's kind of squeaky. Heart monitors are weird. So, like, I don't know, it's tracking, it's like attached to my chest. It's tracking what's going on in my heart. But it's a little unnerving. You get a little bit kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's gross. It's just kind of, it's like, oh man, what? Oh man. My youngest son and I we're always giving each other a hard time about stuff. It's kind of this game we play. And well, it's because he's just so damn hungry. And but he's always like, now you have to be in the hospital. I'm like, you're a little bastard. It's really funny because he is a cancer survivor actually. He had a medulloblastoma, which is a blue cell brain tumor, when he was 2, and he whooped it, and he's still here with us. So he's pretty cool. He's wild. You see him from time to time. He was Pugsley, if you've checked out my my stuff. And that's about all the information I really need to give about him. So, but pretty cool kid, really, really great kiddo. I have a great, I really have a good time with him. He's just such a character. I'm really glad he made it through. There were some kids weren't so lucky, you know. So you just kind of gotta be thankful for him pulling on through, man. He hell of a hoss. He's a fighter all the way. It's crazy. He's still got that instinct, that fight him kind of instinct. It's kind of in his blood at this point, I suppose. Can't help but kind of be a little feisty. And a nice brown color to these wings. All right, like I said, we're gonna kind of do these. We'll come to this line here, and I'll figure out what we're gonna do with that other thing, since it's missing. Kind of unfortunate. Luckily, it's white at this point, so like it should be. It should stand out. It should. And if I can find it, I can usually just glue it back on and we're in good shape. I just gotta find the thing. And I just cleaned the studio not too long ago, so we got a good chance of finding it. Man, a lot of this learning how to paint online has been learning how to find the best angles to where I can paint it and people can see it. It's an interesting little line. Really, I'm also starting to learn that you gotta kind of adjust this camera for every miniature you're painting. You can't really have like a one stationary place for it, which kind of, you know, that makes sense when you think about it. I kind of like talking about all the little things I've learned, kind of as a chronicle. Maybe if anybody else wants to try to do stuff like this. I don't know why you'd follow me as your template, but if you did, this is the things I've learned. Oh, it's our friend Scam Likely calling us again. I'm sure that that is your friend too, Scam Likely. Does everybody know that guy? He calls me every day. I don't dare answer though, because you know, you Scam Likely, he always on about something. Never anything you really need to be getting yourself involved with though. Good old Scam Likely. Yep. So yeah, 442 subscribers, which is super awesome. So much appreciated. It's really neat. I don't really know how to explain how cool it is to feel like I'm slowly making something happen here, and people are slowly finding the channel, or it's growing, or however you want to define that. I don't know the exact words you use to really put that into the right frame, but it's really neat. I never thought anybody would. A couple of friends of mine had the faith, so big shout out to the friends of mine that had the faith that this would work. I definitely didn't think it was a thing. But, I'm one of those guys, I'm willing to give anything a shot for a year, Give it a year. We're still not monetized in a year, but there's been enough, I think we're slowly growing enough to where it feels like we should keep going. We're not quite monetized yet, but we're right on the cusp. If we can get over this first big hurdle and get the subscribers in, that's the first key. Because once your subscriber base gets to a certain level, the algorithm starts kind of waking up. You can already kind of feel it. It's really wild. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain it. But you can kind of feel the momentum changing. And some of it's really about learning, me learning, of course. But some of it is, it definitely is a change in where it's sending the things that people are watching that I do and stuff. There's a difference. It's really odd. I'm just hoping we can get a full week without a weed out in. I don't really know what else to call these. I suppose it's like a seizure of some sort, as the way they define them. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone for now. I think we need to. Dang, finger almost got stuck there for a second. Heck yeah, flying, cruising right along. Again, we're going to let a lot of that zenithal highlight work for us. We want to get coverage on there, but between the way we zenithal it and a wash, we're going to get all the depth we need out of there. Now, it's going to look weird at first. Because it's got to, you remember, it's going to look a little different when it dries. Okay, Give it a chance. Let it dry up before you do anything else to it. So we're probably going to throw a wash on there, and then we'll come back. Same thing with a lot of this other stuff. Now, I will say, I think what I want to do is... You know what? I think maybe we'll do that after we get the wash on there. I think I want to bring these feet closer to the beak color. Because these are... Oh, they're such strange... They're like bird claws, but not like bird claws. They're very fun. It's a strange creature that they've made here. Alright. Let's throw on some wash just to get that working. Oh. Not that one. Oh, a lot of weird brushes over here. That's because I've been painting a very large thing. Alright, so we're going to take a burnt sienna. Or burnt umber, I mean. We're going to put that on everything. Because remember, we're going for like a golden eagle look. And they're kind of more brown than anything else. But since the griffin's kind of like a mix of a lion and an eagle, we want that. We wanted that lion color as well. But even on our beak here, we're gonna go ahead. We can put a little bit of this same wash. It's not quite thin enough. There we go, a little better. We may decide we want to darken it up a little bit more than this too. I want to go with this first. Let's take a look. If we want to darken it up, then we'll go with a burnt, or we'll go with a regular umber instead of the burnt umber. But for now, we've already got a whole lot of work going on with the zenithal that we put on there. So we're gonna kind of let it do its thing. What is it the kids say today? Let it cook. It's a very, very thin coat. Really just trying to make sure we're getting into all these crevices. I'm going to try to bring out a lot of the coloration and the deviations and all of this stuff. The crevices. It really is going to help out our zenithal highlighted stuff. Now it is stirred. Here comes the scratch. No, not yet. Waiting on it. I'm just gonna trot back in here. This dog is hilarious. She has this ritual about how to have to go pee. Hold on, doggo. Let me try to get all this wash on here. We can let that set for just a second while we go do this. While we go let you. Poor old girl. I do kind of feel bad when I make her wait. She getting kind of old. Make sure we got a pretty good setup, pretty good coverage here. Might decide, like I said, we might. Oh, it's way out of focus. I'm in a light. Huh. Here. I'm still out of focus. There we go. Anyway. So we may we may want to come back through and darken that one more stage from here. But that's a good start. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go let this dog out so she can go handle her business. Okay. Wonder if the intent is to make that look like armor or padded leather. Armor. Metal or padded leather. Looks like it mimics their armor. I guess in the meantime we should figure out how to paint it. Go ahead and paint it. Oh great, she immediately found something good like that. Dogs' lives are so awesome. If there is such a thing as reincarnation, I hope I get to spend at least one life as a dog. If I haven't gotten to do it already. Maybe that's why I like dogs so much. Well, I wanted to use Windsor Blue, but I can't find it. Which makes me sad. Oh, see, all I had to do was save it, made me sad. Turn this back on before I do something really goofy. Look at my disgusting stain in my hand. I'm figuring out that. Alrighty. We'll use a pretty blue. Doo-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-doo. Kind of keep working your way from one side to the other. From top to bottom. working through all of it. Yeah. Maybe it's just my allergies kicking my butt. I don't know. I never really know, I think. We go back in frame now. Looking good. Nice royal blue color. The rest of them is going to be pretty easy. Take all that blue out. Old bearded dwarf. Got some big old bushy eyebrows on him. Make sure we paint those up appropriately when we get over to that point. For now, we're just gonna drop a base white lighter flesh here. Let's say. Pale rose blush, I believe. Yes. Pale rose blush, Windsor Nude. That looks more like part of a gauntlet. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's just a bigger, different type of bracer. Goodness. Oh man. For his beard, I'm gonna do my favorite colors. We're gonna put a paint gray on there. I'm gonna get mold gray beard. I got a new one from Golden. I'm really excited about this. I haven't used their paint gray before. The dog. Always on the wrong side of the door, that dog. Alright. Unfortunately, makes me crazy. I'll be right back. back again. Okay. Switch to small brush here. Back to our ooh. Burnt sienna. Right here. Definitely on this part. That's leather. Kind of keep working your way through. Keep your pigment layer nice and thin. Paint layer nice and thin. So make sure you thin your paints out accordingly. A lot of folks have a little bit of trouble mastering that at first. That's usually your very first hurdle to overcome to being a good painter is learning how different paints work and like how thick or thin a pigment needs to be to do a certain job. And sometimes it's better to come back in thinner layers than to force the matter from the get-go. That's probably good advice for everybody. Ooh. I feel like none of those silly little attacks are gonna come like any minute. I hate this feeling because I don't know if they're gonna have it. I never know if it's gonna happen or not. Sometimes I'll fight this for like a whole day and nothing happens, and sometimes it happens almost like immediately. Let's take a second. Chill out. Let's check our axe peak. Take a look at how we're doing here. As we're drying out. Yeah, I still don't think that was quite dark enough. I really think we are gonna have to go back with the raw umber. I'm probably gonna let that finish drying completely before we mess with it. Well, it does look kind of. Maybe it just needs another coat. Let's let that. We're gonna let that finish drying, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. Looks pretty good. It's such a fun little piece. I really hope I can find the tip of that wing. It's very unfortunate. That's the danger of owning cats, right? Sometimes they knock things over. Yeah, and that's how that goes. I'm gonna go take a little bit of break. We're pretty getting close. I'm gonna wrap up. I don't. Oof. This. You gotta take your time, you know. What if anybody else who's out there suffering any kind of like chronic illness? That's my that's one thing we gotta remember, right? Take our time. So, especially while I'm trying to figure this out, because I don't know what it is. But it, you know, it like comes and goes. It's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna get some water, relax for a little bit, and yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. I plan on being back tomorrow. Can't guarantee. I guess you can't guarantee anything, right? So, but yeah, be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody you don't know. Be good to other people. So you know, spread some goodness. And yeah, usually I have that one down, and I even forgot my clothesline. Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably go lay down for a little bit, and we'll be back. We'll be back. Trust me. I don't just disappear for too long. But yeah. Plus, we gotta finish this up. I gotta finish these things up before we go to that show on Saturday. We have a show on Saturday, so we'll be in El Reno at the Triple C Expo. That's what it's called, Triple C Expo. See, I'm not doing too bad. I've remembered all that, so I'm gonna be all right. And you are too, my friends. So whatever you got going on, just face it with a little bit of smile and keep on. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Maybe. There we go.